Check, check, 1, 2. Hey, hopefully you can all hear me okay. I just discovered that there are some noise levels on my microphone, which I wasn't expecting, so maybe you can tell me if you can hear me okay. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I need to put the lights on. There we go. Emerald, Emmy, how's it going? Mr. Inconsistent, how you doing? Alistair, how you doing? Grace is here. Hey Grace, nice to see you. Orange Bunny, how's it going? Hi everybody. I'm back with Putin's hat. Festive lights. Theo Tunks, how are you? Star Lord. Yeah, I had a pretty good day, thanks. Emerald, Emmy. Is it Emmy? Can we call you Emmy? George Young, how's it going? Viscaria, hey. Cody, Theo Tunks, Sweet Pea. Putin's hat looks pretty, yeah. Yeah, I think this is quite cool. Quite a cool effect, I like it. Oh wow, there's a lot of people suddenly showing up. That's awesome. Hello, time to pop on headphones, Jen. That's a good idea. Yeah, this is technically not an all black shirt, but I thought it's the closest thing I've got, right? And it's, you know, so yeah, this is my squeaky chair. This is my way of showing support for the big game, which is going to be, for those of you that don't know, it's going to be at like 5 a.m. my time. All Blacks versus England in the Rugby World Cup. So I'm not entirely sure I'll be up for it, but I'll be there in spirit. So got some ice sounds here. This is cranberry and soda. Which is awesome. It's like my go-to drink these days. Hey, I smell like a millipede. Who else have we got? Lily, Rosie. How's it going? Bench, Evans, kia ora. Yeah, I think I've said hello to everybody. Now, I didn't get a video up this week, so I figured I have to at least go do a live stream for you, and maybe that'll keep you happy. If anything can keep you happy, because we know how fussy you are. Perfect for study time. Stoichiometry ensues. Attic subbed at 1k, old school. Not long back from cinema after the new Terminator, from a seething disappointment. I had a feeling this one, every time they say, you know, the next Terminator movie comes out, they're like, oh, this is the one. This is going to be like the real kind of sequel to Terminator 2, and then every time it's kind of so I'm sorry to hear that. I'm loving your new PFP and your new Twitter banner, doing some rebranding. Yeah, I thought it was time to mess around and do something that is a bit more consistent, perhaps. So no Iron Brew. No, I don't have any Iron Brew. It's a wee bit hard to come by. No spoilers. I'm so bummed to hear that. Yeah, no spoilers. I haven't seen it, so. Yeah, I saw the trailer and I thought, it looks okay, but it kinda looks like so many other movies. And I don't know, I'm so cynical though. You get cynical when you get older, by the way, just in case. It's quite easy, especially when it comes to movies. You start seeing the patterns and you're like, oh yeah, I've seen that movie before. I've seen that one before. And then every now and again one will come along and surprise you and you're like, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like, why was it amazing? Because it was slightly original. So anyway, I'll Squidward dies in Infinito. You heard they're bringing out new Iron Brew called Iron Brew 1901. Alex. Okay, I didn't know that, Alex. Go All Blacks, we know Shannon need to win back some dignity after Australia won to England. Yeah, that's right, Theo. Oh man, I put too much effort into beat the new Terminator for Halloween. That's a shame it wasn't great. Hey, just because, oh my god, who was it? Shane, yeah. Just because Shane didn't like it doesn't mean you won't like it though. So, you know. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, Shane is not a very good gauge of what films are good and what aren't good, but just saying. It's just original recipe Iron Brew, I think. Erin, is that right? So, because they cut it back because of the sugar, right? Because of the amount of sugar that was in it, apparently. So, yeah. I guess you pay a wee bit more, you get the original. Maybe that's the idea. Probably going to be the only person who says this tonight, but I'm tempted to see the new Cats movie a teeny bit. Other than that, not a huge movie theatre person. That's cool. I didn't actually know there was a Cats movie. Hey, Callum. Hey, Stuart from Chichester. How's it going? Yeah, Theo. You know what? You probably know I'm a huge Star Trek fan. Not a massive Star Wars fan, but my son loves Star Wars right now. He's 7 and he's just loving it, and of course it was like what I loved at that age too. And I saw the trailer for the latest one and I thought, that looks awesome. That looks amazing. We're gonna have to go see that. So yeah, and I mean I've seen them all and I do love them. I just, yeah, I'm not as into them as some people. Yeah, I'll wait until I can stream it. Not much I'll go to the theatre for anymore. Same here, Grace. It's gotta be like something really special before I will go to the movies, and even then I'll go at a particularly quiet time on like a Wednesday afternoon or something, take half the day off work, because I just don't want to be sitting there with people playing on their phones and talking. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Bring back fiery Iron Brew. Oh yeah, bast. I never actually tried it, Erin. I think that came out a few years after I left Scotland, but I remember seeing the adverts for it and I thought that looks pretty funny. Movies peaked in originality in my 20s. 7, Fight Club, Pulp Fiction. Oh, that was high school. Yeah. I mean, there's always original films coming out, but a lot of them are just, nobody hears of them. They're kind of the underground ones, right? The movies, the cinemas, are kind of dominated by the formulaic blockbusters, I find. Excuse me. I'm praying for a Jar Jar Binks cameo in the new Star Wars. Oh, I'm sorry for the squeaky chair. Are you really, or are you just winding us up, Cal? Because everything I've told me that Star Wars fans don't like Jar Jar Binks. Thoughts on Still Game? Still Game's awesome. I haven't seen the last season yet, or the final season, isn't it? But yeah, I watched Chewing the Fat, and so I watched the precursor to it, and then Still Game, and then I left Scotland, and then I kind of caught up with it a few years later. Yeah, it's brilliant. That's great. Of all the kind of mainstream ones, it's probably the best one. Yeah, you can kind of just get away with some of this more edgy stuff in it. The new Joker film was meh. Hey Amber, how's it going? Hey Alpha, how's it going? Nice to see you. Putin's hot. Putin's hot. I'm excited for Star Wars and Doctor Sleep. It's a bank holiday weekend here. Nothing beats going to the cinema. It's a dying novelty. Nice one, Shane. Also depends where you are too. If you're in like a smaller town and there's a cinema nearby, it might be fine. But if you're in a reasonably big city, yeah. I am of that generation that liked The Phantom Menace. I like it too, but then I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, but I like it. I thought they were all good. Actually, the only one that I was disappointed with was The Force Awakens. You know, yet another Death Star. Same kind of story again. And, you know, I was just like, oh, okay. I still liked it, but just, I wasn't, meh. It was meh for me. That one, for me, it was meh. New Iron Brew comes out December 2nd. Hopefully they stock it in England. If not, I'll have to get my mate from Scotland to smuggle it in. Same here, I love the prequels a bit more than the original trilogy, both ironically and unironically. Glad I finally made it to another live stream. Work has been a colour. I'm glad you made it too, Amber. It's been ages since we saw you. Hey, Torben. Oh, hey, how's it going, Torben? I missed you there. I went to see A Quiet Place in the cinema, and the crowd was the absolute worst. Phones went off. People spoke during the tense moments. Oh, see that? I love that movie. To me, that was like a surprise film that I saw. Somebody recommended it on Netflix. I was like, oh yeah, I'll give it a go. In the quiet of my own house, on the big telly, and it was amazing. And yeah, what you described right there is exactly why I don't want to go to the cinema anymore. There's just, you pay $20 to go and experience people just talking and spoiling it. Like, I am of the opinion, right, the movies, with the odd exception of some comedy films or certain types of films, the movies are not a social experience, and you may as well just go by yourself. That's my highly opinionated take on it. Hey Tippy, how's it going? I like going to the cinema early in the morning at the weekend now. That's probably a good idea when everybody's hungover. Just bail in, and even if they are hungover, they'll probably be quiet. I'm in a small enough suburban town near Dublin of 2 cinemas near me. The OG Star Wars are king. Not big on the prequels or the new 30-year later trilogy now. Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh yeah, you can't at people on an AME when you're on your phone. I noticed that too. People say hello to you and you're like, hi. Oh. Haven't watched that yet. Keep putting it off. Might have to queue it up this weekend. Oh, you're talking about A Quiet Place, Grace? If so, then yeah, it's not even long. It's like an hour and a half. It's so good. So good. It's supposed to be snowing soon. Keep Kiwi, where's that? Where are you, Kiwi? Movies are not a good first date. Yeah, any date as far as I'm concerned. By the way, Muzz, I watched your jealous ASM artist video again the other day, and I couldn't contain my laughter and guilt. Thanks, sweet pea. Oh, Muzz, however many fans have you got live streaming at this time? 12:13 a.m. Yeah. Oh, so that's UK time, right? Yeah. It's 8. Well, 8:15 in the evening for me. VIP seats, every flavour tango, ice blast. Good way to start a day. That sounds like a good way to start a day, Tippy. I agree. Legit, I have seen all the recent Star Wars movies on my own, so I wasn't distracted. Good idea. The prequels are all trash, no exceptions. Admittedly, the only Star Wars of real quality is Empire Strikes Back. See, I'm one of the people who never understood that. I guess there's something in Empire Strikes Back that everybody sees that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, I love going to the cinema alone. You don't have to share the popcorn and ice cream. That's exactly right, Stuart. I recommend the film Ghost Stories as well. A British indie horror that went under the radar. Cool. Haven't? Yeah, definitely went under the radar for me. I've never heard of it. Let me check that one out. Hey Torben, thanks for stopping by. I really enjoyed the Scottish insult video you made, by the way. Sub to all the artists in the video. Nice one, Sweet Pea. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I've got, I think it was like a 12-minute video. It could have been an hour. I had to trim it and trim it and trim it to get all the funny bits to just butt up against. Because it wasn't really a relaxing ASMR video. It was more of a comedy video, as I'm sure you can tell. But I keep thinking I should make like the hour-long version. It's trendy to say The Empire Strikes Back is the best film. Well, I'll let you two fight about that. I'm staying out of that one. I much prefer the prequels to the garbage that Disney put out. Ghost Stories. Everyone knows Jar Jar is king. Callum's trolling, I think. Come on now. Oh, thank you so much. Somebody donated $5. That's very kind of you. It said anonymous. That's unusual. I've never seen an anonymous one before. Whoever you are, Mr. and Mrs. Anonymous, thank you so much. In other news, rewatched Shallow Grave the other day. Now that's a classic. Yeah, that is a classic. It was almost like that movie was getting us ready for Trainspotting. Like it had to be that one, and then Trainspotting came along, and it was like, cool. Trainspotting's amazing, because that movie sort of broke me in a wee bit. That's how I felt about it anyway. Empire is usually considered the best, since I feel it's got more of a filmy vibe to it, and it's like the godfather of Star Wars, and pushed the boundaries which the OG and Return of the Jedi didn't. Okay. Empire Strikes Back was the best, hard to top that ending. Oh, it was it was a cliffhanger ending, right? If I remember correctly. So Callum says, I'd rather go to Dunfermline for a week than antagonise other Star Wars fans. They're rabid. Yeah, if he's saying Dunfermline, then that means he's serious, because that's 5. YouTube for saying that word. Pfeiffer. Beans are good. I also like beans. Beans are life. Wait, what are we talking about? I'm late to the stream, Burnout Jonathan02 Production says. We were talking about Star Wars, but then I don't know what happened there. I don't know, like walking in Java's palace. Okay. This is kind of strange to admit, but I found Limmy through you, Muzz. He's a Scottish Eric Andre, and I'm living for it. Yeah, Limmy's amazing. I think because I'm of a similar age to him that I feel like I get it. I don't get all of it, but a lot of his ones I just get it. I'm like, oh my god, that makes sense to me because I was that age and whatever. The only thing about Limmy is I did that Scottish Ned video, and a few places in the video I say fucking, you know, because a lot of people in Scotland talk like that. But Limmy has done pretty much every single Scottish character you can think of. So anybody who does anything even remotely close gets accused of copying Limmy. So it's quite hard to come up with Scottish characters without somebody accusing you of copying them. I'm like, what can I say? I knew Neds. I was a Ned. I knew people who talk like this. I used to talk like this. Sorry. Anyway, I thought that was quite interesting. Just dropping in for a bit. You all good? We're all good, Violet. Nice to see you. Everybody's talking about beans. I'm in the UK. Hubby has looked in and wants to say a rude word to you because of your t-shirt. Oh, okay. And by the UK, I'm assuming you mean specifically England, Lily. You'll be happy to know that for some reason I have yet to understand, my 4-year-old daughter will be supporting England tomorrow. This is the look of disappointment. I don't know why she's like that. I think she's just a contrarian. I like rusty spoons. Okay, I'm definitely not getting this conversation. I just joined in the... What are you talking about? Mr. Memes. Rob Deneen. RMSA. Hey, Gough. You should watch Limmy's cover of Stand by Eminem. It's probably... I haven't heard that. Let me check that out. Did somebody say Star Wars? Hey, Ultima. I told you I didn't ban you. I threatened to ban Ultima last week. And I did my serious face. And I think I did quite a good job of it. I had to kind of backpedal a wee bit to say, no, I was just joking. Rob is from America. How's it going, Rob? I'm in Canada, by the way, just in case you guys didn't know. Hello from Glasgow. Everyone, how's it going? The F is wrong with England. What is wrong with England? That's a good question. That's what I would like to know, Mr. Memes. Why don't you answer it? Is that Jobby 1 or Jobby 2 who supports England? I'll be Jobby 2. Yeah. Wales will win. Wales will. I hope so. How come you like Star Trek so much, Muzz? Never really got into it. Well, it's like it's an optimistic show about a positive future. Oh, thank you, Grace. You're so kind. Grace's Grove. Go and check out Grace's Grove. She's awesome. Yeah, Star Trek is, I don't know, it's something I love because maybe when I was I got into it when I was like 16. You know when you're 16 and you're kind of, the world is sucks and stuck in school and getting bullied and I hate everybody and everybody hates me and all, you know, you're feeling sorry for yourself. Well, for me, along came Star Trek, and it was like, hey, 300 years from now, this is what it's going to be like. And I was like, oh, okay, I can get on board with that. I'll be dead by then, of course, but it was amazing escapism for me. But then I noticed in Star Trek what they've done, and they've been doing this since it originally came out, is they hide stuff in it. They hide a lot of social and political messages in it, and the big TV networks, and they always rubber stamped it, and they never realised what they were doing. So Star Trek's managed to put out tons of very positive social and political messages, ideological messages over the years, and just asking a lot of big questions. Like at the end of some episodes, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, that's an interesting question, and they've predicted so many things. So yeah, I could talk to you about Star Trek all night long. It's going well. I like Canada. Hey, Colin from the Netherlands. Oopsie daisy, how's it going? Wonderful to see you, Oopsie. Speaking of Lemmy, there was a Lemmy show sketch where it was a police conference and there was a guy being interviewed at the table, and it kind of looks and sounds like you. I don't think I know that sketch. I haven't seen all of his stuff. Hey Muzz, is this your job or just a nice little pastime? This is my little pastime for now, but I would like it to be my job. Acting is what I want to do, so, and what I do on this channel, right? But yes, I work a normal boring job during the day, and I throw as much energy and time into this as I can. I like to be quite ambitious, and I'd like to think that one day this'll take over my main job. So, fingers crossed. I'm just going to scroll back up here. Can't lie, as a Monster Man myself, I know who I'm back in the semi-final. Perfect, just in time. Just got back from the biggest demonstration ever in my country. Oh, nice one, LG. I hope you're doing alright down there. I know it's been getting pretty serious, so I hope you're looking after yourself, and yeah, thinking about you. Good evening from Irvine, Ayrshire. Hey Jamie. I love the rain. Yeah, I like the rain too. I would know as much as Scotland. You should do a Star Trek live stream when Discovery comes back on. Yeah, I don't know, what would I do though, Grace? Just after it's finished, just to talk about it? Yeah, I probably should do that. Villains who twirl their moustaches are easy to spot, Mr. Murph. But those who hide their intentions with good deeds are well camouflaged. Ultima, I even know what episode that is. And that, to me, is the one about Fox News. Yeah, that's the drumhead. And it is so good. Oh, I watched that one recently, and I finished watching it thinking, holy shit, this was made in like 1989 or 91. And they have just told us everything that's going on right now. It's terrifying. We should have listened. Yeah, I wanted to move to England, then I visited, and it drizzled the whole time. Yeah, I hate to say it, but Scotland's worse. That's the thing. I don't mind the rain if it's going to rain. But it's when it's drizzle and it's not raining, it's just sort of drizzle. Yep. Hey Muzz, I make planes. I build them on a software called Roblox. I watch you when I build planes, so thanks. Nice one. That sounds very cool. Asked this before, but have you heard of an smart? It's called Phoenician Sailor. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I talk to him on Twitter all the time. I haven't watched lots of his videos, but yeah, he's what I have seen, he's awesome. Yeah. Paloma, hey. Tippy says, I will never understand why anyone would want to live in England. Yeah, see, I used to think the same about Scotland and as well, like, why would anybody want to live here? And then I left, and I've lived away for a long time, and you start to see things differently, I find, and it's not all about weather and what have you, so yeah. You know, terraced houses and stuff aren't the most attractive thing in the world, and I get that, but there are things that I miss about the UK which, you know, you don't really have here. But then I'm so used to living away now, so because it's adorable, the cutest little country. Well, there's 58 million people in England. I don't know if it's little, but little in terms of size, maybe. Yeah. To be honest, summer here's pretty hot, but if you get Violet, yeah, cute England. Evening from Birmingham. Hey, Westix, how's it going? We all wish you damn well for that to happen, Muzz. Yeah, thanks, Shane. That's the... Yes, the Muzz after show. Gotcha. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thanks, Shane. That's definitely... Yeah, that's the plan. You've got to be ambitious, don't you? Don't forget now, this one. I feel like the media about England must not be very accurate in other parts of the world. Yeah, see, although it goes both ways, Tippy, I find. You know, before I moved to New Zealand, it was an exotic, amazing, clean, friendly place. And in many ways it is, but in many ways it's also not. You know, they have traffic, they have litter, they have crime, they have social problems, and the more places I've lived, the more I've realised that most of us are actually just the same. You know, just with varying degrees of different issues. Some places have more specific issues than others. Muzz, are you for or against the Boogaloo in the US, if you know what that is? A Boogaloo? Trintal, I don't think I know what you're talking about. The rolling green hills, the hedges, the pubs. It's funny you say that, because hedges is something that when I first went back for a visit, it was one of those things I'd forgotten about. I was like, oh, hedges. Shaped hedges. And the other thing I hadn't seen was squirrels. I totally forgotten that there was a thing called a squirrel. You don't get them in New Zealand, right? So I was like, oh my god, a squirrel just ran across the road. I haven't seen one of those in 10 years. I'm missing out on I'm missing out on all the chat here. I'm slow. I'm really bad for this. I try to read everybody's messages. What time is it in Canada? Well, Canada's got a lot of different time zones. But in my time zone in Canada, it is 25 to 9 at night on Friday. I'm going to open one of these. I hope you like crinkle sounds. Feck my hometown. Everyone said I'd miss my hometown. Haven't been back in years. Well, that's a funny mic. It is. This is Putin's hat. Oh, thank you, Anna. It's very nice of you. Oh, the goblin blood jar. I forgot all about that. Yeah. Maybe everyone just thinks this about where they're from. Yeah. I live in a small fishing town called Loo. Wow. That's an interesting name. Today, Scottish regions have come up tops to live in. Norwich, where I am, is in the 5 most unhappiest places. Oh, a lot of doom and gloom. Every other part of the world I've been to, either for work or pleasure, I would prefer to England. Except for the US, which I didn't like at all. I mean, the US is a big place too, right? And so's Canada. Hometown Luton, Birmingham for uni. Feels different, even only 75 miles away. Ember is not perfect, yep. As a US citizen, I apologise. Because you went to New York City. Yeah, the US is, I mean, I've been to a few places in the US. And I've always enjoyed it. Yeah, it's 330 million people. Big place, lots of cities, lots of... Yeah, I mean, Hawaii is awesome. But then some people don't like it. Yeah. More trees than people. Yeah, Amy's romanticised by England for sure. That's Putin's hat. It was nice knowing you. I don't really visit home at all anymore. I should, but it's mostly because I'm busy all the time. That's fair. Except if you're from Tampa. By the way, Muzz, I haven't heard your Caravan Palace yet. I haven't listened to it yet. Yeah. What's funny is, just before I go and do a live stream, that always pops in my head. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to go and look up that song, that band, Caravan Palace. I'm going to look them up right after this. Although I said that last time, didn't I? I said, Mr. Inconsistent, this should be my name. Yeah, Callum, the travel journal. I mentioned this last week, and I was looking through it again today. I hit a point in the journal where there was a lot more personal stuff in it, because it's like a diary, right? And I was starting to skip over paragraphs, and it was getting all disjointed, and I thought, shit, I'm going to have to, like, adjust it slightly so that I have a story, non-disjointed story. So, because obviously I was leaving bits out, right? But yeah, I'm going to do that. It's hard for me to know what people like, because you can go by comments and you can go by your views, right? And those videos don't get many views at all. So it's like, should I do more of them? It's really hard to know. Ultimate, yeah, I'm from Scotland, yeah. I'm from Edinburgh. Best part of Scotland. Not from Glasgow. Glasgow's the worst part of Scotland. Actually, I think Ayrshire might be the worst part. Glasgow's just above it though. Both geographically and in ranking. So... Oh, hey Mitch, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Talking of geography, so many of my favourite air smarters are from Canada. I'm good, Mitch. It's good to see you, mate. Making me hungry. Oh, these are so addictive too. Gazebo, what's happening? Have you heard of Joe? Don't think so. You should check out North Carolina, Colorado, Kentucky, and Northern California. There's a whole 60-hour mix of all the cough, cough, best bits, cough, that you can listen to. Caravan's Palace, Biggest Hit, Lone Digger, but the all sorts of good music. That's a lie, I'm from Glasgow. Best place in Scotland. See, that's what everybody in Scotland wants people from Glasgow to think, so they don't leave Glasgow. But you didn't know that. Great, now I've got stuff stuck in my teeth and I can't even pick it on camera because that'll look ridiculous. Ayrshire has many talents. I went to Edinburgh and had the best gin, but I forget the brand, so I'll never have it again. It was like a story that was like, it was amazing, and then it's over. People in Kandahar and Afghanistan wouldn't go to Fife, to be fair. That's terrible. You like that, Grace? I very rarely do crinkling sounds. It's like anybody who starts an ASMR channel, it was like scratching, tapping, crinkling, and then yeah. I haven't done it. I don't think I've really done a trigger video in a long time. Anyway, but yeah. By the way, anybody who looks for a good Halloween video, go check out Tippy's. Tippy, was it your last one? The one that you premiered last weekend. Anyway, you had that mask on and everything was like blurry and just the oh, it was awesome. It was so good. Really liked that. Excuse me. I used you in my new video, Muzz. Cool. Yeah, you said you were going to do that. Night, oopsie. Drew McIntyre is a legend. Don't know who that is. Edinburgh, your arse. Worst place in Scotland is Gough. Danger of eating gummy bears. What is that? Looks like some Robinson squash. It's just Canadian Club soda and cranberry juice. That's all it is. I still don't know what is bad about Edinburgh. Is it the equivalent of Alabama? Oh, you mean, you're talking about Fife, aren't you? Nothing bad about Edinburgh. Edinburgh's amazing. So talk like that might get you banned. So just be careful. Just be careful, okay? I've been going full in for Halloween. Lots of spooky roleplays. Nice one. There are places like that in every county, state, country. For Cornwall, there's a town called Camborne, which has a pretty bad reputation. Coalbridge is pretty bad, according to Frankie Boyle. Saw a man pissing through a letterbox and then took out his keys and went inside. What's your opinion on independence? Polarizing question, that one. In a nutshell, okay, so I've actually got a document I wrote to do a whole video on this topic, because people said to me that my videos are always too short. This one was going to be about 8.5 hours long. So, but in a nutshell, I didn't used to be for independence. I was very much a British unionist. That's what we call them in Scotland. That's nothing to do with unions and the rest of the world knows. Union as in the Union of the UK. And in theory I still am. Like in my heart I still am what you would call a British unionist. I believe in unity. Okay? But having watched the what's happened over the 10, 15 years, especially since I've been away, and especially since I was living in a small independent country in the middle of the South Pacific with no big economy, and they were getting on just fine. I have totally changed my mind, and I'm for independence. And I still am. But I'm also an expat, and I'm also don't live there anymore, so maybe my opinion doesn't mean anything. Everyone's leaving out Inverness in this argument. We are a city now too. Hey, I'll tell you something funny, Josh. And a lot of people might not realise this from the UK, but in the UK there's criteria to be a city. And that criteria is something like you've got to have 100,000 people, I don't know, certain number of bakeries or some crap like that. But when I went overseas, I've noticed that everybody calls anything a city. Like there's tiny little villages in New Zealand I would call a wee town, and it's called a city. Like Porirua. Look up a place called Porirua. P-O-R-I-R-U-A. Yeah, Porirua, which is just outside Wellington, and it's the city of Porirua. And I was like, hang on a minute, mate. There's like 600 people here. That can't be a city. I'm exaggerating. There's more than that, but they call anything a city in the new world. You know, 5 houses get together and like, right, let's just call ourselves a city. That's what it seems like anyway. I'd love to live in Scotland. The brokers I worked with in Scotland were so friendly. Let's go. Nicest people ever. Oh, Muzz, may I ask you for the name of the self-help book that you read a couple of videos ago? I think you'll be talking about this one. Oh, I hope if I actually angled it towards the camera. Yeah, this is the one, although it's starting to be knocked off the top spot by another book I've just read called The Untethered Soul, which is amazing. Yeah. That's right, Callum. But the thing is, Callum, even if you deleted all that, all the oil and everything, Scotland would still be just fine. New Zealand doesn't have any oil. They just have tourism, dairy, sheep. They're miles away from the nearest trade route. You know, it costs a lot of money to get things in and out of New Zealand, and yet they're just fine. They don't have Europe on their doorstep. So yeah, it's all BS. When anybody any time says all that, it's just all BS. Religious buildings, yeah, that's right. I think I remember seeing that. Yeah. Village, chapel, town, church, city, cathedral. I've just subscribed to Tippy Tappy because of your go-to. I'll investigate soon, but it looks great so far. That's a good choice. In America, it's a city if it has a mayor. Like my hometown doesn't have a mayor, so it's just a town. Oh, okay. And now they're turning Ipswich into a city. Suffolk. But Suffolk is the only county without a city. But where I live now has a mayor and it's a city, even though it has less than 10,000 people, and it's just a glorified farming community. That's the thing. See, any place with 10,000 in, probably in Europe, but certainly in Britain, if they were like, right, we want to be a city, they'd be like, nah, sorry, no, yeah, maybe when you have 100,000, come and talk to us then. Because then there's all sorts of stuff like the Queen has to agree or and all that. I don't know if that's true, but there's definitely a bunch of historical red tape. It's all part of the fun. Purchasing that book soon. I think the favourite book was the one I last read, Wicked, very emotional. Oh, nice one. It's well done. Even my tiny little hometown has a mayor, and it's pretty much a village. Yeah. New Zealand has that one cider I like, so that's it for me. See if you build Hadrian's Wall, then Scotland can assert their dominance. Yeah, but you got planes, you can fly over the wall. Type of government mountain. Yeah. Just drive in weekly and check in on things. Okay. Yeah, that's what it's like in North America. The distances are so vast that, you know, it really is kind of like the frontier still, you know. People, like even here in Canada, like a lot of my neighbours, you know, the police would be a while coming, so a lot of people have to just look after themselves, if you know what I mean. It's not as prolific as some places, but it's yeah. The police were like, yeah. Luton has about 250,000, but we're still a town. There you go. Batchy made you. Ha ha ha, Batchy made you. Made you. What do you mean? Hey, you've been made. You little gimp. Oh, we've got a troll in the chat, guys. You'll know. What's funny is, after I got roasted by Batchy, I think my sub count went up by about 4. I was like, oh, so I didn't even really get anything out of that then. But that's okay. I had a laugh with Batchy on Twitter the other day. I was saying, oh man, when Batchy roasted me, I thought, that's it, my family's gonna find out about my SMR channel and all that. People are gonna be ripping the piss at me, and then I realised, oh wait a minute, nobody watches Batchy's videos either. Happy birthday, Shane. Happy birthday. Is it today? Happy birthday. Everybody wish happy birthday to Shane. Haha, that's annoying. Yeah. Oh, we have a nibble. Checkmate, Batchy. Yeah, I think Batchy's alright. Yeah, you know you're starting to get somewhere when people start roasting you. At least that's what I thought. But yeah, Batchy still. I feel like he still owes me at least 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers, but they haven't shown up yet. But then I don't know if I really want them. We do have the biggest town in the UK with Reading, which is roughly the same size as Newport's fair-sized city. Well, I think we're approaching an hour, and this has been a lot of fun. Is there anything else that you'd like me to say or talk about? Yeah, it's good sound, isn't it? Excuse me. For those of you who don't know, Reading is what Mitch said, not reading. Reading is lovely, but I believe he's talking about a place called Reading, which is a town, right? Or city. Finding out Birmingham is the UK's second biggest city is quite underwhelming. Sweet Pea says, if you don't mind, Muzz, is it possible if you could do my favourite trigger? It's okay if you don't remember it. Yeah, I don't think I know which ones you're talking about. Do your friends who are non-ASM artists know of your videos? No. Well, maybe they do. If they do, they haven't told me. But oh, thanks so much, Tippy. Tippy just dropped 10 quid. What a guy. You definitely have to go and see Tippy's channel now. Definitely got to give him an extra shout out for that generous donation. Thank you so much, Tippy. And one thing I'll say is Tippy is his production schedule, if you like, is awesome, like relentless, and I admire the amount of energy he has. So, inspiration to me for sure. Just anything honestly, I'm doing maths work, and you're very relaxing. The streams, I mean, are these daily? Oh, Josh, no, I usually stream once a week at most. I was thinking of setting myself a bit of a challenge though, where I either do a stream every day or I do some sort of video every day, just for like a month. And I wasn't going to like break my back, but just do something simple, even if it was only 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you know. I like the way you said that, Ultima. I congratulate you on this very day, for it is the day of your birth, however many years ago today. Any future ASMR plans? Just to become famous, really, and take over, and then issue copyright strikes against my competition and have all their channels deleted. And that's it, really. Yeah, I usually stream on Friday night when I can, yeah. I think last week was on a Sunday though, and that worked out quite well. Or was it Saturday? Jeez, I can't even remember. Oh, of course. Everybody loves the shushing, yeah. What to tell you if you have no idea of this? It's a high key perfect for ASMR. That is very true. Sweet Pea. Grace's voice is amazing. Good night, Emmy. Halloween themed ASMR. Thanks. Trying to sleep in the cracking up. Okay. Alright, well maybe I'll end it with some shushing then, since Sweet Pea wants it. Okay. Your time zone is close enough to be perfect for the UK. Yeah, it usually works out okay. Although it is getting a bit late in the UK. So ASMR shortbread is quite the catch too, but she's no Muzz, obviously. Yeah, shortbread, she's awesome. Okay. Yeah, I think so too, Callum. I think it deserves at least 1 million. Just, you know, every time you do a video like that, you think, oh wow, maybe this is the one, you know, maybe this is the one that will go viral in some way. It may still, you never know, if the right person sees it, shares it. Great plans, plus getting rid of those effing ads on YouTube. Yeah, well, it's a double-edged sword for us lately, because for many of us the ads are one of the few things that helps us buy Putin's hat and cameras and things like that, so yeah, thanks Grace. Shh, shh, shh. Let's get that video going viral. against Lisa, Koshi, Naked, I'm afraid, Muzz. The algorithm pushed that video way too much, 77 million views. Yeah. Thanks, Tippy, and good night. View of the boring business jargon. Yeah, I like that one. It was fun coming up with the big long strings of ridiculous sentences full of buzzwords and hold a straight face at the same time. Okay, I think we better get everybody who's in the right time zone off to bed. So, thanks again, everybody, and thanks so much for the donations tonight. That was really kind of you all. Anonymous, Tippy, and Grace. It was awesome. Listen to any Shushing, but okay. Alright, everybody, take care and sleep well, relax. Remember to breathe and take time for yourself. Thanks, Mitch, and thank you as always for being my oldest patron and all the support you give me. Thanks, Jen. Thank you again, Grace. See you later. Good night. Okay, I'm even going to end it with my new logo at the end so that the video is just perfect.